Welcome to LFN News, a production of LFN Media, bringing you the latest in celebrity news, with specific analysis to keep you in the know of what is going on around you. The clearly biased and well-orchestrated conviction of RnB King R Kelly, allegedly on racketeering in violation of the Mann Act charges last year, was effected by two former, longtime federal prosecutors in New York. They have now established a new legal company that allegedly specializes on related cases and civil rights issues, probably after bagging their bounty for their role in the R. Kelly case by whoever is behind the shameless vendetta, despite the fact that their efforts were in vain, as a win for R. Kelly is inevitable in the impending New York appeal. Elizabeth Geddes and Nadia Shehata, two former assistant U.S. attorneys for the Eastern District of New York, have supposedly established Shehata and Geddes LLP, allegedly to represent the voiceless and the least privileged, against the rich and powerful. This is definitely their own unique positioning, to specialize in cases they very well know would present a vast opportunity to extort and grow their wealth, ever more shrewdly. According to the firm's website, in addition to representing criminal defendants, their firm also allegedly handles civil rights audits, internal company investigations, and wrongful conviction lawsuits. We are a women-owned boutique law firm, specializing in civil rights and misconduct matters, internal investigations, wrongful convictions and criminal defense. Reads the header on their website. The two lawyers were lead prosecutors in R. Kelly's racketeering in violation of the Mann Act trial, which birthed his unwarranted 30-year sentence, after the singer was convicted in September 2021, on all 9 charges against him, which of course, is yet to be appealed. It's rather ironic that they also allege to cover wrongful convictions as stipulated under their areas of practice on their website. As a pair that helped have someone wrongfully convicted themselves, it's hard to comprehend how they could argue they will be representing those that have been wrongfully convicted. Shame. Our firm is well suited to represent individuals who are victims of physical abuse by police officers, corrections officers and other public officials, including those who have been victims of excessive force by law enforcement, in violation of the Fourth Amendment, so they allege. Although the pair have had a fair share of recognition in the industry, even before R. Kelly's trial, they definitely worked their way to fame working on the R. Kelly case, and are now most definitely looking at putting that newfound fame to good use. The R. Kelly New York case was led by then Assistant U.S. Attorney and Chief of the Civil Rights Section of the Criminal Division, Elizabeth Geddes, and Shehata worked as Chief of the Organized Crime and Gang Section at the office. The racketeering case took a somewhat complex approach to capturing the range of Kelly's alleged abuses, positioning him as the leader of a criminal enterprise even though he was the only defendant on trial. It was a rather new twist to the game, never tried before on an individual of that stature. It's no wonder they needed prosecutors with sound experience in racketeering charges, to help fabricate its relevance in R. Kelly's case, which they seem to have pulled off successfully. Or did they? It is alleged that Elizabeth Geddes personally led numerous investigations involving civil rights violations, racketeering, public corruption, human trafficking, complex fraud and violent crimes, supposedly including dozens of unsolved murders, and allegedly tried 10 cases. Earlier on in her career, Geddes worked on a number of cases that helped dismantle the Colombo crime family. Shehata was chief of the Organized Crime and Gangs Section in New York's Eastern District, which includes Brooklyn, until September. Geddes led the Civil Rights Section of the office's Criminal Division until June. Shehata alleges that one of her most notable cases was when she helped convict Eugenio Perez, a Federal Bureau of Prisons lieutenant, for assault in 2019. We wanted to continue focusing on the areas that had meant so much to us when we worked as prosecutors, Shehata claimed, but did they? Clearly, Geddes and Shehata did not only make a killing with their role, fabricating far-reaching charges to lock up R. Kelly, but they seem to have also leveraged the attention they received, working on such a high-profile case like R. Kelly's, to serve as a launch pad for their new initiatives. Such are the kind of undertakings that have continued to corrupt our justice system. However, with the greater level of exposure currently, they are probably going to have to work twice as hard to get any prey in their nest. But most likely, their firm won't even last any longer than R. Kelly will in prison. Once he's out, their shoddy work in New York will be exposed as the light of day, and it will be just the beginning of their end. R. Kelly fans equally seem to have read into the partnership's big agenda from the word go, and can surely attest to how the pair is simply plotting on how to extort from both sides, knowing very well that a firm like that would help them manipulate desperate clients, whom they would convincingly claim to represent, yet bagging the bigger cash-ins from indirect partnerships with the feds, to actually get the same people they would be claiming to represent into even deeper trouble, often disguised as settlements or pre-deals. Nicole says, "I am not surprised that these two have teamed up to exploit Americans. Oh, what a shame. How can the same individuals that have been putting innocent people behind bars be the same ones that are coming out to claim they will help in getting the wrongly convicted off the hook? This is a typical joke. If anything, let them start with R. Kelly, whom they wrongly helped convict and charge in broad daylight, leaving him at a loss of freedom, reputation and livelihood. But whoever goes ahead to trust them without conscience, even after what they did, will surely deserve to fall into their trap and be preyed on. If anyone should be naive enough not to see that they all of a sudden are looking to play good cop, then they will be well deserved of what befalls them. In fact, I don't have time for time wasters. Right now, my focus is on praying for R. Kelly, and hoping that the appeals will come through sooner than later, and we can have the true RnB King walking free again." Shonda says, "Imagine, as a fellow woman, I should be celebrating that fellow enterprising women have set out on a new business venture, but no. And why? This is exactly how the rot in our justice system has actually impacted on us all. What is a judicial system without any justice? The same people intended to uphold justice are now the actual perpetrators. Now these two are scheming yet again to see how much they can collect, soliciting from desperate clients that they most probably will just extort from and let them hang dry. That is all they are good at." That's all we had for you today. Please let us know in the comment section below whether you think the pair's crafty initiative will actually do the public more good than harm. We value your honest opinion. Thank you for watching LFN News, a production of LFN Media, giving you another view of issues at hand. To get notified whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now and hit the notification icon, and remember to give us your comment on the subject matter below.